welcome to this special show where we're talking about the latest legend in Indian cricket. Now, he's just 8 years old in international cricket and he's already played some knocks that some cricketers only dream to play in their entire career. We are talking about Virat Kohli, and joining us on this show, Virender Sehwag and Sunny Gavaskar, as we talk about Super Kohli, as he's called, or the new name that he's been given, King Kohli. Sunny bhai, my first question to you, because this consistency we've seen with Virat for some time now, have we entered the Virat Kohli era in Indian cricket?
Yes, I think so. I think the Virat Kohli era has dawned. Over the last year or so, it's been there ever since he took over as the captain of the Indian test team, and because he is now going to create a completely different niche as far as Indian cricket is concerned. Of course, he's not yet the limited overs captain, but that's not too far away, and I think this era of Indian cricket is going to be a highly entertaining era. It does not matter whether they will win or not, but they will entertain like no Indian team has done before.
Oh, those are big words, like no Indian team has done before. I'm sure Virender Sehwag would like to disagree because he entertained us a lot while he was batting. Viru, one thing that has been spoken about Virat is that he is the new Sachin Tendulkar. Do you agree with this statement?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I said on air that he will become the next Sachin Tendulkar of Indian team, because when I was growing up, I was watching Sachin Tendulkar. When Sachin Tendulkar was playing, he was watching Sunil Gavaskar. So everybody was saying that तुझे क्या गावस्कर बनना है, तो तुझे क्या तेंदुलकर बनना है. So now people will say that क्या तुझे कोहली बनना है. So that he comes in that era now.
Okay, Saiba, I know you hate comparisons, but what Viru says here is very apt. He says that Sachin wanted to be a Gavaskar, Virender Sehwag wanted to be a Sachin Tendulkar. Now, there is without doubt people going to compare Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli. Now, do you think he is the new Sachin Tendulkar in that sense then?
He certainly will be, because look, when Sachin started, the expectations were sky high, and similarly now, with the way Virat has performed over the last year and a half, the expectations are going to be huge. And I think it's coping with those expectations is going to be the key, because Sachin coped with it marvelously, absolutely marvelously. He must have been under pressure, because when you're anywhere in India or even out of India, people come to you. Indian cricket lovers are everywhere. Indian cricket lovers come to you and say, we expect 100 from you, we want 100 from you. Expect is not the word that is generally used. It's like a demand. We want 100 from you tomorrow. And I think even Viru, when Viru must have met so many people, they would have all been saying, Viru kal 100 chahiye. That kind of thing. So it is going to happen with Virat as well. Virat, wherever he goes, people are going to expect 100. And it's going to be just like, say, the situation today and the situation with Tendulkar towards the end of his career, and if you compare it with, say, a Federer or a Tiger Woods, Federer gets into the finals, doesn't win it, and it's looked upon as a failure. Tiger Woods also comes in the top 2 or 3, but doesn't win, it's looked upon as a failure. Tendulkar was getting 80s, 90s, and was looked upon as a failure because you set a standard. People expect Tendulkar to get 100, Tiger Woods and Federer to win. And everybody else, all the other tennis players, all the other golfers would give an arm and a leg to be in the finals, and or to finish in the top 2 or 3 of the golf. And as a batsman also, you would say, look, I would rather score 80, 90 than score 5 or 10 or 15. But with Tendulkar and all these, when you get to be that kind of players at that level, then the expectations are sky high, and I think that is going to be what Virat will have to learn to cope up over the rest of his career.
Okay, Viru, before I ask you the next question, you were saying no when he was talking about demand.
Yeah, nobody was expecting from Sehwag to score 100. Especially, they were expecting that Sehwag will go. Sunny bhai, the team will score 100 in 10 over or 100 in 12 overs. But nobody was expecting. Yeah, in test matches, I can agree. Yeah, people were saying that, I don't know, why not 400, why not 500. So they were expecting in test matches. But in T20 or in one days, they were said that you have to give good start, quick start, 10 over 100. If you get out, we are happy.
Okay, yeah, Saiba, you wanted to say something?
T20 is different. T20 and T20 is different, but otherwise in 50 overs cricket and test cricket, every time Viru went into bat, I was expecting 100 from him. Okay. I didn't tell him, I didn't put pressure on him, but I certainly was expecting, because he scored 100 at tests, he scored 100 in limited overs cricket, India has won the match. Khatam, baat khatam.
Yeah, that is true actually. He talks about pressure also. when there is comparison, and one has to be careful when comparing, when you compare someone to a Sachin Tendulkar, pressure comes. And you, who better would know about this than you, because you were compared to Sachin all your life. Did that inspire you to do better, or did that put pressure on you?
No, yeah. If somebody is comparing me with somebody like Viv Richard or Sachin Tendulkar, so I was telling publicly that I'm not that great player. You cannot compare me with those players who done so well in Test match in 1 days, and I'm Sehwag. So, and I was thinking that I want to become a Tendulkar, and when I played my first or second game and I bought the pads and helmets exactly the Tendulkar wearing.
Yes.
So I thought I should look like Tendulkar because I cannot play like him, but at least I can look like him.
No, there were certain shots you hit
certain
look
shots,
like
yes. No, I agree, because even that Ravi Shastri was commenting on that game, and he said he played the straight drive like Tendulkar. So, yes, I want to become a Tendulkar, but I changed after that. I said, no one can match Tendulkar's performance. The way he is performing consistently, no one do that. So let me be like Sehwag and leave this dream, and just change my stance, change my batting backlift and everything. And so after that, there was less pressure on me. So I think, yes, there is a pressure on Virat Kohli now, because if other players are performing, then there is a less pressure on Virat Kohli. So this is not a pressure. We are comparing him with Tendulkar. But as long as the other players will play well, or helps him to win the match, then there is a less pressure on Virat Kohli. If we 2 wickets falls early and Virat Kohli has to score all the runs, then there is a pressure on him.
Okay, you once famously said, when compared to Sachin Tendulkar, what's the difference between Virender Sehwag and Sachin Tendulkar? You said bank balance. Tell us what is the difference between Virat Kohli and Sachin Tendulkar?
You have to ask this question to Sunny Bhai. If somebody comparing me with Tendulkar and ask that what is the difference, so I said correctly or not?
Bank balance.
Bilkul, absolutely correctly. Bank
so
balance.
That time I was the youngest player.
Go ahead, Sunil.
And the other thing is, bank balance was perfect answer. Also, I think a little bit of hair, I think.
No, that time I had a lot of hair. That time, 2001, so there was a lot of hair and curly hair like Tendulkar.
That was also
exactly. That's why the comparison was so apt.
Yeah. So what is the difference between Kohli and Tendulkar now?
6 packs.
Yeah, which Kohli has and Sachin.
Kohli has, yeah.
Oh, yes, he does. He works out on his fitness. Okay. The other thing that has been spoken about Virat Kohli, and I heard you talk about it in commentary, he averages 82 while chasing. I mean, have you seen a better chaser than him in the shorter format of the game?
Yes, absolutely. I think Kohli is the one player, if you look at all the great players and look out their averages while chasing, so Kohli is number 1 in the world. I'm not talking about India, in the world. So he's the number 1 guy. So, and he loves to score runs, and he's hungry for runs. And whenever he gets out cheaply, look at his face, he get upset, he'll throw his bat in the dressing room, he will moving around like a घायल शेर की तरह घूमता है अंदर. So it shows on his face when he gets out early. So that's why he wants to score big runs. He wants to contribute for Team India, and he's the guy.